I made a really cool video, as most of you saw, and that was the top 10 of the female figures from Masterverse. And I realized this morning it would be kind of fun to show how I made it and what it was all about and everything else. So let me go ahead and get into it. Let me skip this ad here. Now, I am running my video on the side here so I can see your guys' comments better. Because I realized I kept missing all your guys' comments many times when I was doing videos, because I kept trying to look it up on my phone. And now I got a computer in my room so I can see what's going on. And I have the computer for one main reason. Let me first turn this camera around. And you can see the aftermath. This is the after party. When I had them all on these stands, obviously they're just cardboard boxes. All it takes is one figure in the back row to fall and it knocks everybody else over. And so 2 figures fell. One last night in the middle of the night, and then one this morning when I was setting up, I bumped the table, and another one fell, and another one bites the dust, and another one. Oh well, I'm not gonna go into that song. But anyway, so here are the 20 figures that were from the Masterverse collection. And it's funny, I decided to do the top 20, the top 10, because I had them all. I was going to make it the top 20, but I knew the video would be too long, and no one would want to see the first 10 and how they fell. So that's why I made it the top 10. Anyway, let me show you how cool this is. Let me show you. So let me first open up my PowerPoint here, which of course is behind my other screen. I call it curtain number 3. And open. There it is. Let me drag it on over here. Okay, so here is my PowerPoint. Let me move her. She's in the way. Oh, her wing came off. No. Hopefully it can go back on easy. I'll figure that out later. I'll just put her down here with the boxes. So here's what I did. I had this curtain right here. And right here in the center, I put a little dinky blue line. Let me see if I can zoom up and see that little blue line. Little blue line, which is exactly center of the screen. And then I made my next frame, which is this frame of everybody all excited about showing their score. And I use this transition called curtains. Curtains for you. And curtains opens up a curtain. So when I click it, you can see... Da-da-da-da-da. And PowerPoint does all the work of opening the curtain for me. I'm like, hey, that's cool. So each one of these is a separate element. Zoop, zoop, zoop. And then the table is a separate element too. And then the stage itself is a separate element. And I just carefully lined them all up. And originally my stage was white. Or my table was white. And it just kept too much of a blur. Then I added this right here, because this is where my light would shine off the screen. Oh, my light's dead. Let me get another light. Hold up. I must have left it on last night. Time to get my light. All right, so here is my new light. Let me stick it on here. And so you can see it has this white glow, and I tried to line it up a little bit so it would kind of line up with that big yellow blast. Otherwise, this looks really weird. Like you can see when it's on the curtain, for instance, as you guys saw in the video, it's just this big white shine. And then to make things cool, I had this little turntable, and then I had this piece that I 3D printed that matches right up to the size of the turntable. So I literally just set this against the screen like that, put the turntable there, and bada bing, bada boom, this would turn with power attached to it, and I would just run it. Now I did find out this turntable makes a lot of sound. It goes, so I had to get a different turntable, which is this one right here, which I think still might be on. Is it on? No, it's off. But this turntable is a different size radius. No! I didn't want to go and reprint the whole entire piece, but I realized because it's taller, you're not going to see that radius from your vantage point anyway. I'm like, hey, all right, cool. And then I added these cool coasters on top to raise the figure up a little bit, and that's what you would see in the video, and it just looked really cool. And then I had this white cord running back behind here, but I see now because it's so low, I could have had the white cord just running in front and made it a lot easier. Anyway, so let's go and talk about the cool PowerPoint stuff. So once I had my people arranged just perfectly, and I checked my camera view to make sure it was the right distance, so they looked just right when it was full screen, and kept getting them all in the correct place. And once I had it all lined up on the screen, then I took it back to my main computer to work on it. Now, of course, you saw in the video they raised their cards up. So what I did was I took a screen capture of all their cards up, and I did make the stage actually darker eventually. And then I took this one, and then I got another one of all their cards down that I had. And then I had 8 frames in between for the up and down. So that's why I kind of moved kind of fast and herky-jerky, because it took a while to get the frames of them lifting them up. So it's only 8 frames in between the two of them lifting it up. Now, when it came to the curtain, though, this part's kind of weird. You'll notice that in the video, I had the curtain closed. And I'd say, close the curtain. Now, in PowerPoint, there's no closing curtains. If you go backwards in the PowerPoint, it will show it closing. So I actually had to record it closing, or record it opening, and then played it backwards and recorded it and used it as a video. All right, so let me go and close this PowerPoint. Let me open up the real one, the final version. And this one is like awesome. Look at all these slides, one for each of our contestants that won. And then here's the trick. Here's so cool. So I had the scores already on their heads above them before it started. And then in the background, I had a video that plays. My 8 frames of them lifting it up and had the spots already there lined up. Now, I don't have these appear until after the video's done playing. So it looks like they appear on their cards. That is the main trick that I did to make it all work. And then when I had the curtains closed, I actually have the video in the background. And this video is just a video of the curtain closing. And that's it. And then I have this curtain appear on top automatically so that it could go to the next wipe to the next screen and not be interfered with the curtain opening. If you don't put this back on top, the video resets. It's like, no. All right, last secret, and that is slide 21. And this secret is all the confetti and explosions you saw were all just a video in the PowerPoint. Hooray! And so all that cool stuff, I didn't add it later on in post effects. It was literally on my TV set screen while I was shooting the video, and I just click it. Hey Jeff, thanks for joining me. So those are all my cool tricks and secrets that I used to make this. Most of it was made in PowerPoint with the TV set behind my figures, with my own little stage thing set up with the figures just right in front, and lined it all up so they would be lined up. And I had to put a space between the judges so that the figure would not block the judges' scores. So something just like that. She's like the hardest one to stand. Stand. So, like I said, I was able to just record straight and keep going because I already had it all built into my PowerPoint to do all the cool stuff ahead of time. So you'll probably notice a lot of videos I make, I use a lot of PowerPoint. It's because a lot of cool stuff and it's pretty powerful. So, yep, not a green screen, nothing like that. It's literally just a TV set. You can see my red light reflecting off there. Let me turn that. I got a white, oh, it's my own light right here. Boop. So there you go. Now you guys know all my secrets. And it was so cool too. Here's like all their score sheets they filled out for me. And so I have everyone's score sheets on what they ranked everybody as. And it was cool. Now people did ask me, what was the worst figure? What was the worst figure, man? And let me see if I happen to have that on my computer here, if it's in the other room. Hopefully I do. I could show you. If not, I'll make another video. Here we go. As ranked. So let's see. The worst figure, number 20, was Dark Lynn. Her, right there. She was the worst figure. Nobody liked her. We don't like you. And so she got a ranking. Total average score was 5.3. So she was like the worst. Dun dun dun. That's funny. The next worst was Shadow Weaver because they just didn't like the way her face looked. They thought she looked evil. And so, and she has no hair, so the hair ranking didn't help much at all. But she was the second worst. The next worst was Catra. I can't believe that. Catra came in ranking at number 18. I like Catra. I think she's cool looking. But again, all these figures are cool looking. And then, of course, the Tila with the short hair came in after that. She was, let's see, she was number 17. So those are the worst ranked figures. So I was kind of surprised. I think she's kind of cool looking. But I guess my voters did not agree. Let's see where she ranked. I was really curious because you know I do not like this Adora. Let's see. Adora Despera ranked number 15. Bum, bum, bum. So that was kind of fun. Yep, fun stuff. It's weird though too because I broke it down by the judges' top choices. And their top choices were different individually. So, like, my wife actually ranked her pretty high. She was actually one of her favorites. I was kind of surprised about that. So that was kind of cool. She actually ranked her towards the top. And then the middle school teacher, of course, her favorite was the movie Evil Land. That was her number one. Where did she go? There she is. That was the school teacher's favorite. Number one favorite. The art collector's number one favorite was Motherboard. Big old giant Motherboard was his favorite. That was his number one. And then the art collector. Oh, I take that back. The art collector had Motherboard as her favorite. I was looking at it backwards. The artist's favorite was New Eternia Evelyn. Burp. The one that a lot of the women ranked low because of the lack of clothing. So that was kind of funny. For him, it was a favorite, which for me is a pretty hot one too. So I guess guys might gravitate towards this more than women do, which is kind of funny. I can see why. But yeah, the art collector, she loved the way Motherboard looked. Which is funny, if you guys remember yesterday, the art collector, she was in her 80s, and this was her favorite, which really surprised me. Can we check out your guys' comments because I've been talking and blabbing for a while. Where is my browser? There it is. Oh, hey Jeff, thanks for joining us. Happy Easter. Yes, definitely. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of fun. I wanted to show you guys the cool things I came up with using PowerPoint to do that. You believe it? An 80-year-old woman said this was her favorite, and she is pretty cool looking. Now, I remember she doesn't know the story at all, so it was just based on looks, articulation, and everything else, and she was just digging her. But then again, if you met this lady, she is like super classy. Classy, classy, classy. Now, of course, the figure I dislike the most is her, if I had to choose. Ba-ding! And my favorite is her right here. So I did not agree with the judges on things, but that's okay. I purposely stayed out of the vote. I did not want to be a part of, as I know I'd be biased in my voting, so which made it more fun. Let's see. I am excited for the new Moto movie. Nice. Yes, Motherboard is looking good in progress. Yeah, it's funny because I don't think Motherboard actually did that well in sales. I think she ended up being on sale after a while because people were just like, what? I thought she was really cool looking. I wasn't a fan of her in the cartoon, But as far as the figure goes, I think she's pretty magnificent. I love the way they did her joints. Single jointed, but the elbow goes way beyond 90 degrees. So you can get some good poses in there. Double joint her knees. See, that's what I have to do. Is figure out a way to make the single jointed elbows move far enough. And she could have worked as a double jointed elbow because she has that piece right here. So she could have worked just fine as a double jointed elbow if they did it right. In fact, you know, even a single joint, just putting this here would have worked better. Oh, the wing's in the way. Sorry, you guys. If they would have just put this little elbow piece as part of the hinge piece right here, that would have worked better too. Because then it would have moved separately as its own chunk instead of sliding with the elbow forward. Wait, are her knees single jointed? Oh, her knees are single jointed. That's the same with here too. They could have put this right here as part of that. That would have been way cooler because then it would have been in the center. Oh well. Oh well, I'm not the designer. Masters of the Universe fans, this is our year. Yes, we shall see. Yeah, motherboard is pretty cool. You know, I could see if I was younger, and my friend Mike, when I was a kid, his sister used to have a Barbie house. And of course, he'd bring our GI Joes in, and they would cause all kinds of havoc. But I could imagine bringing motherboard into the Barbie house. That'd have been hilarious. It was kind of like a base of operations for GI Joe. GI Joe had the elevator and everything else too. Anyway, I'm gonna make a special video showing my Masterverse customs out of these female figures. And I had people ask me, why don't you do one on the male figures? But I don't have very many male figures of the of Masterverse. As you guys know, I use my classics for most of the male figures, but these female figures, I really dig the way they made them. I mean, they did a really good job designing these. And so, yeah, I did end up buying more, and pretty soon I realized I had all except for like one or two of them. That's why I went out and bought the last couple of them just so that I could do the countdown. So, like, I had no plans of buying her. Zero, none, nada. But I got her just for the countdown. And I did end up making a cool Adora custom out of one of them. All right. Let's see. The best female. Let's see. The best female Masterverse female figure is the Green Sorceress. Yes, she is pretty cool. Bum, 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 bum. Now, if you guys have not seen the top 10 countdown, go back and watch it. I got a link in the description. And it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun making it. And even my wife, who very rarely watches any of my videos, watched that one and actually enjoyed it. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. One thing I did also that was kind of cool was in the video I have little cards talking about the different judges and stuff. And so my wife got a kick out of that too. It was kind of fun. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this. Any final comments before I go? Maybe picking up the new movie figures. I'm not sure if I will or not. I'm not planning on it. I'll probably watch the movie first, and maybe it might help me decide. But as far as collecting figures, I'm getting so many figures now that I'm actually, as you guys know, I do purges all the time with my chopping block. And so, I don't even know where my butcher knife is for my chopping block. Oh well. Well, there it is. Oh, chop. Anyway, so I'll be doing some more chopping block figures coming out to make room for other figures coming in. But I just wanted you guys to know that I may or may not be getting the movie figures, I guess. Yes. Kind of long explanation for probably not. All right. So, final chances for comments or questions. Going once. Going twice. Tila has always been a top 10 figure. Yes, well, it's hard not to have Tila as a top 10 figure because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stand, Green Tila. Is that all of them? So we have 6 out of 20 figures that are just Tila. I mean, that is crazy to have that many Tilas in one collection. Now, granted, she is the main female, but then, which is funny, is you look at Evil Lynn's, we got 1, a 2, 3 licks to the center of a Tootsie Roll. She's going to fall over and knock the rest over, isn't she? Stand. Let's try to add some counterbalance. There we go. Number 4. Oh. Let's try this again, shall we? Stop. Okay. I know we got more than 4. Bear with me here while I try to get these all to stand. Let's see. 5. Is that it? There's only 5 Evil Lynn's? I could have sworn there was more, but I guess not. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Tilas, 5 Evil Lynn's. I could have sworn there was another one. Am I missing one? I got Movie, I got Bat, I got New Eternia, I got Revelation, I got Superpowered one. I guess that's it. There's more Tilas than Evil Lynn's. Doo-doo. That's it. But only 1 Sorceress. Whoop. 2 She-Ras. She-Ra. Now, if you count Despero as a She-Ra too, then you have 3, but I don't count her as a She-Ra. But she is the same character, so I guess 3 Adoras. Sadly, only 1 Catra. 1 Frosta. Only 1 of her that I can ever say her name right. 1 Shadow Weaver. The Weaver of Shadows. There she is. All right. Hey, from Germany. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, man. I think the Revelation one is really good. So we had, this one here. I think the head is really good. Now, surprisingly, she did come in number 2 on our vote with the people that were not He-Man fans. So that was kind of crazy that she came out as number 2. I was really surprised about that. Okay, any other questions? Now's the time, because I'm going to end this stream pretty soon. All right. It is time to go. Thanks for joining me, and I'm sure I'll have some more videos later on. And like they say in the 1987 movie, where did I stick He-Man now? Here he is. I always put him back by the castle. You know what? I'm just going to turn the camera on and say it myself. Huh. Good journey, you guys, and thanks for joining me. And I will see you next video. And let's see. I think that's it. No more questions from you guys. There we go. Yeah, thumbs up. Hooray. All right. Bye now. Where is that button to shut it off? There it is.